LovePod English.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rose from LovePod English. Today, we'll talk about something that truly matters: how you can speak English more fluently than ever before. If you've ever felt stuck, no matter how much you study, you're not alone. Many learners feel the same frustration. The good news: you can get better, and it doesn't have to take years. You just need the right direction and a few powerful habits. In fact, with the right techniques, you can start improving right now. Chapter 1: The Start of the Journey. Have you ever wondered what separates fluent speakers from beginners? It's not that fluent speakers know every word or never make mistakes. They do. The real difference is their confidence, the belief that they can communicate even when things aren't perfect. Fluent speakers don't freeze when they forget a word. They keep going. That's what makes them sound natural. Picture this: you're talking and the words just flow. No grammar worries, no pauses. That's the goal. So how do you get there? Here's something that might surprise you. Small changes in how you practice can make a huge difference. You don't need to overhaul your routine or memorize thousands of words. You just need a few simple techniques that help you speak with confidence. The very first step toward fluency begins with one word: confidence. If you don't feel confident, speaking becomes harder. But confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. And I'm going to show you how to build it step by step. The truth is, anyone can speak better than before, no matter their level. If you've struggled or feared speaking, this lesson is made just for you. We'll go together step by step, learning simple techniques you can apply today. By the end, you'll speak English with more ease and assurance than ever before. But before diving into methods, let's see why confidence matters. When you're confident, you're not afraid to make mistakes. You speak freely, learn from them, and move forward. Every time you practice speaking, you're building not just language skills, you're building inner strength. As Winston Churchill said, success is not final, failure is not fatal, it's the courage to continue that counts. The more you speak, the more confident you become, and that's how fluency grows. Maybe you're thinking, but I don't feel confident yet. Don't worry, that's completely normal. Confidence comes through action. The more you speak, the more comfortable you'll feel. Let's start small with a simple challenge. Set a goal to speak English every day, even just 5 minutes. Practice with a friend, a family member, or even alone. The key is to start even if it feels awkward at first. In the next chapters, we'll explore how to build confidence through listening, shadowing, repetition, and fun daily practice. And always remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. There's one technique that helps you take your first big leap toward fluency. Many learners overlook it, but it's the secret to faster progress: active listening. Chapter 2: The Power of Active Listening. You might think fluency is all about talking, but actually it starts with listening. You can't speak well if you don't listen well. Listening is the foundation of fluency. When you listen, you're not just hearing words, you're absorbing rhythm, tone, and connection between ideas. By mastering listening, speaking becomes more natural and smooth. It's like filling your mind with tools before you build something amazing. But not all listening works. It must be active listening. Active listening means paying real attention. Don't let words just pass by. Break them down, understand their flow, and notice how they're used. For example, when you listen to a podcast or a conversation, pay attention to how the speaker forms sentences and links ideas together. Notice, do they use short phrases or long ones? How do they pronounce words? How do they express feelings or ideas? That's how you learn naturally. One of the best ways to practice active listening is shadowing listening to someone speak and immediately repeating what they say, like a shadow following their words. This technique improves both listening and speaking at once. Here's how to start. Step 1. Choose a podcast or story that isn't too long or difficult. You can find great beginner stories and podcasts right here on my LovePod English channel. Step 2. Listen carefully. Start with a short line or phrase. Focus on rhythm, tone, and how each word sounds. Step 3. Pause and repeat. The moment the speaker finishes, stop the audio and mimic exactly what you heard. Try matching their speed and intonation. Step 4. Keep going. Do this for a few minutes each day. Soon, you'll hear your pronunciation and fluency improve. Shadowing helps you speak naturally without overthinking or translating in your head. You simply echo what you hear, and that's how fluency grows. But remember something important. Don't worry about being perfect. While shadowing, you'll make mistakes. Maybe miss a word or say one wrong. That's okay. The goal isn't perfection. It's becoming comfortable speaking without hesitation. The more you shadow, the more fluent you'll feel. One of my students, Sarah, was very shy about speaking English. She feared mistakes, so she rarely spoke at all. I introduced Sarah to shadowing, and it completely changed her. She practiced by repeating sentences from podcasts. At first, she struggled to keep up, but after a few weeks, she noticed her words started flowing more smoothly and naturally. Her confidence began to rise. Shadowing built her courage, and soon she was speaking freely without fear. There's a quote by Stephen Harvey that fits perfectly here. Most people don't listen to understand, they listen to reply. Active listening helps you truly understand, and when you understand, speaking becomes effortless. But here's where it gets exciting. Active listening and shadowing are just the beginning. There's another technique that can push your fluency even higher: repetition. In the next chapter, I'll show you how repeating what you hear can make English feel as natural as breathing. Chapter 3. The repetition technique. We've talked about active listening and shadowing. Now let's move to a simple but powerful method: repetition. You might ask, why repeat? Because repetition trains your brain to speak smoothly. It's how your brain learns to speak without hesitation. Think of it like this. When you repeat, your memory strengthens and speaking starts to feel automatic. The more you repeat, the more natural the words become until they roll off your tongue. It's like learning to ride a bike or memorize a song. Practice makes it second nature. Fluency isn't about knowing tons of words. It's about using the ones you know quickly and easily. Repetition helps you stop overthinking grammar or vocabulary you just speak. Let me share a story about one of my students, Paul. He knew lots of English words, but paused too much when speaking because he had to think before every sentence. I taught Paul the repetition method. Each day he practiced 5 common English phrases, repeating each one 5 times. At first it felt dull, but after a week, something amazing happened. He could say them effortlessly without pausing. Repetition had worked its magic. So how can you use repetition to boost your fluency? Let's break it down. Step 1. Repeat common phrases you use often like, "How are you?" or "What's your name?" Say them out loud several times a day until they feel completely natural. The goal is flow, not perfection. This helps your brain get used to speaking quickly. You can do it while walking, cooking, or standing before a mirror. The goal is to make these phrases feel natural. That's where the mirror technique comes in. Stand in front of a mirror and repeat the same sentence 5 times. Watch your mouth move carefully and pay attention to your pronunciation. Get used to seeing yourself speak English. This exercise not only improves fluency, but also builds confidence. It feels like practicing with a partner. Step 3. Shadowing plus repetition. Remember shadowing from Chapter 2. Combine it with repetition for double the progress. When shadowing a podcast or story, echo the speaker's sentences as closely as possible, then repeat them again on your own. That's where repetition works best, turning what you hear into what you can easily say. Aristotle said it perfectly: we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. Repeating words and sentences builds habits that create fluency. Step 4. Record yourself. Choose a short story or podcast from Love Pod English. Read it aloud, record your voice, then listen and repeat the same lines again. This method not only strengthens fluency, but also helps you track progress. Over time, you'll hear your English sounding smoother and more natural. Step 5. Small steps, big progress. You don't need to repeat long or difficult sentences. Start small. Try easy lines like, "I'm going to the store," or "Can you help me?" Practicing simple sentences every day leads to big improvement. Repetition isn't boring. You can keep it fresh by using phrases in different situations. For instance, say the same sentence in the morning and again at night, but imagine new settings, chatting with a friend, or ordering food. Changing context keeps learning fun. Another reason repetition is so powerful, it builds confidence. The more you repeat, the more comfortable you become saying it. Comfort removes fear. Soon, you'll speak without hesitation, and your words will flow easily. But repetition is just one piece of the journey. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to make learning truly enjoyable so speaking English feels exciting, not exhausting. Chapter 4. Making practice fun. Speaking English doesn't need to feel like a chore. The more fun you have, the faster you'll grow. When learning feels joyful, you'll want to practice more often, and that's how lasting fluency begins. Forget dull drills. This chapter flips your English routine on its head. What if practice became the highlight of your day? Picture this: no pressure, no grammar grind, just pure joy every time you speak English. Imagine looking forward to it not because you have to, but because you want to. This isn't about memorizing rules. It's about unleashing your curiosity, turning every word into a spark of excitement. So, how do you make English irresistible? Let's unlock the secrets. Here are proven techniques that transform your daily practice into a thrill ride, one that keeps your mind hungry and your voice alive. First up, role-playing step into real conversations. Forget textbooks. Step into character. Order coffee like a local. Nail that job interview. Chat with new friends at a party, all without leaving your room. Role-playing turns learning into performance art. You're not studying, you're living the language, the stage. Anywhere you want, a cafe, an airport, a dinner table. The result: effortless fluency born from imagination. Here's your action plan. Step 1, choose a scene: ordering food, asking directions, meeting someone new. Step 2, script your lines. Step 3, act it out solo or with a friend. Simple, real, fun. The best part: role play trains your tongue for real life. It's like rehearsing confidence before the spotlight hits. What once felt awkward becomes second nature, smooth, natural, unstoppable. One of my learners, Anna, once dreaded practice. Then she discovered role-playing. Overnight, her sessions turned cinematic. She traveled, ordered, taught, and her English soared before she even noticed. Her story proves a simple truth: when practice feels like play, progress sneaks up on you. She didn't study harder, she just enjoyed the process. And that made all the difference. Now for tip 2, talk about what you love. Passion fuels fluency. Whether it's football, fashion, or food, talking about what excites you makes English flow effortlessly. Words come alive when your heart's in it. Love cooking. Explain your favorite dish. Obsess over movies. Describe every scene. When you care, your brain connects faster and your tongue follows naturally. As Einstein said, creativity is intelligence, having fun. When you speak about what lights you up, you're not just learning, you're expressing, creating, owning every word like it's yours. Tip 3, turn learning into a game. Who said English can't be playtime? Compete with a friend, time yourself, or challenge your vocabulary. Every word becomes a win, every sentence a score. Games train your brain faster than pressure ever could. They keep your focus sharp, your mood light, and your motivation unstoppable. Because when you play, you learn without even realizing it. Tip 4, practice with podcasts and stories. Let words wrap around you. Listen to real voices, real stories, real rhythm. Then tell them back in your own words. That's how pros train, by echoing excellence. You'll find plenty on LovePod English, crafted for learners who want more than lessons. They want transformation. Pick your topic, listen, retell, repeat. Learning has never sounded this good. Tom, one of my students, used to lose motivation fast. Then he found his spark in podcasts about tech and travel. Suddenly, English wasn't a subject, it was an adventure he couldn't stop talking about. He listened, retold, explained, and his fluency took off. His secret. He turned practice into passion. So can you. Change your environment, change your energy, and watch your English come alive. Sometimes, a simple change of scenery can make your English practice exciting again. Step away from your desk. Take your learning into the real world. Go for a walk and describe what you see in English. Or sit in a cafe and imagine chatting with the barista. The goal is to make practice part of everyday life. Changing your environment keeps practice fresh and fun. Plus, speaking in real-life settings helps you feel more natural and confident in daily conversations. Step 6. Celebrate your progress. Don't overlook the small victories. Spoken English for 5 minutes non-stop. Nailed a role play. That's worth celebrating. Acknowledging progress keeps your motivation alive. Remember what B.F. Skinner said. A person who feels appreciated will always do more than expected. The same applies to you. The more you value your growth, the faster you'll improve. Self-appreciation fuels consistency. You might be thinking, what if I hit a wall? What if I get stuck? Don't worry, that's completely normal. Every learner faces it. In the next chapter, we'll tackle how to break through speaking blocks and keep going when English feels tough. Chapter 5, Breaking Through Speaking Blocks. You've learned how to make practice fun with games, role plays, and podcasts. But what about those moments when the words simply won't come out? These blocks are part of learning. The secret is knowing how to push past them. First, accept this truth. Mistakes are proof you're learning. Many learners freeze because they fear saying something wrong. But even native speakers make mistakes. What matters is that you keep speaking anyway. The more you speak, the stronger your confidence grows, and soon those blocks fade. Step 1. Overcome the fear of mistakes. Imagine mid-conversation you forget a word. Most people panic. But here's the fix: keep going. Focus on your message, not perfection. Describe the word another way, rephrase your thought, and stay in the moment. The key is momentum. Don't let silence win. One of my students, Daniel, used to freeze up every time he spoke. He feared every tiny mistake. I told him, mistakes aren't failures, they're lessons. We practiced easy talks, building his confidence slowly. Soon he realized the more he spoke, the less mistakes mattered, and the better he sounded. As Henry Ford once said, failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. Every mistake refines your fluency. Step 2. Use self-talk to break through. When you have no one to practice with, talk to yourself in English out loud. It's powerful and effective. Pretend you're chatting with a friend. Do it while cooking, walking, or getting ready for bed. Make English part of your daily rhythm. Describe your day, what you did, where you went, what's next. Ask yourself questions like, what should I eat tonight? Then answer in English. Practice different scenarios. Order food. Meet someone new. Ask for help. Self-talk turns silence into your best speaking partner. One of my students, Sophie, felt stuck because she didn't have anyone to talk with. I introduced her to self-talk, and she began practicing English every morning during her routine. Over time, Sophie's confidence bloomed, and speaking started to feel effortless. Step 3. Use shadowing to push through. We've discussed shadowing before, but it deserves another spotlight. When you feel blocked, shadowing keeps you moving forward naturally and fearlessly. Listen to a podcast or story. Repeat what you hear, word for word. It's like real conversation practice without the stress of inventing sentences. Begin with short, simple phrases, then grow into longer dialogues. Shadowing strengthens fluency by blending listening and speaking in perfect rhythm. It breaks barriers by supplying you with real words and expressions your bridge to continuous confident speech. You'll find plenty of podcasts and stories for shadowing on LovePod English, all designed for learners like you to build fluency step by step. Step 4. Role-play challenging situations. One of the best ways to crush speaking fear is by practicing difficult conversations. Think of the moments that make you most nervous, giving directions, job interviews, or explaining complex ideas. Role-play them until they feel natural. For example, if presentations scare, you rehearse them out loud. If talking to a native speaker worries you, simulate the chat in your head first. The more you face these imaginary challenges, the more confident you'll become when real-life conversations arrive. Step 5. Stay positive and persistent. Breaking barriers takes patience. It's easy to get frustrated, but remember, progress matters more than perfection. Every attempt makes you better, even when it doesn't feel like it. Celebrate your wins, every clear sentence, every new phrase learned. As Walt Disney said, "The difference between winning and losing is most often not quitting." Keep practicing, and you'll soon speak with confidence. Step 6. Practice in real-life situations. Get out there, cafes, markets, online meetups. The more you use English in real settings, the braver you become. Talking to native speakers is one of the fastest ways to grow. Don't know any? No problem, join online communities where people want to practice too. Remember, they're learning just like you, so don't feel shy about mistakes. Speaking confidently isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. With self-talk shadowing, role-playing, and positivity, you can break through hesitation and speak freely. Chapter 6. Finding speaking partners. You've now learned how to overcome speaking blocks. Ready to level up. Practice with partners, it changes everything. Whether online or face-to-face, a speaking partner accelerates your progress. But what if you have no one nearby? Don't worry, help is closer than you think. Conclusion. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this episode brought new energy to your English journey. If you found it helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to LovePod English. Your support inspires me to create more stories just for you. Keep practicing, stay curious, and remember, every word you speak brings you closer to fluency. Have a wonderful day.